Computer. What's up, everyone? This is JD Trades with Only Trades 365. I got David on the line with me, Trader Dave, known in the Discord. We're going to kind of go over one of my swing trades today. I did got the fire up on Lululemon after market on Friday, so very interested to see what those runners will pay on Monday. So kind of gonna go over the trade with you, and then if Dave has any questions, he'll go ahead and or ask those questions. I'll go ahead and answer them for you. So without further ado, let's get this going. Dave, so on Lululemon, what I was looking for the swing was I was in this channel here. As you can see, I created this is on the 1 hour. As you can see, you see this nice channel we had going here, kind of like
Yep.
fired all the way up here, fired down, fired back up, came back down, couldn't reclaim that level. And then as you can see, this kind of consolidation through these zones, back and forth, and then finally popped down here, popped up in this channel, and then finally got that downtrend all the way down here into this 356 area, down into this demand area. So what I did is once we came into this demand area, I was kind of looking for the swing for the upside if we could hold this area. So I'll go ahead and kind of zoom in here, kind of what I was seeing. Obviously, you see this nice downtrend, little pops, little downtrend, pops, and then finally got that downtrend and then held this area of this channel. So as this channel, what I did is I started creating a little as we do in our Discord. It's kind of created some of the symmetric triangle to start out where we started. So what I did is I was looking for some tops up here. So what I did is I created some tops up here on these channels, started my trend lines from the top here. As you can see, I started right there from the higher high to that lower high. And I just started bringing that channel down as we started downtrending and left that out there. And then what I did is once we got this channel up here, what I wanted to see is this try and reclaim this demand area zone. So as we started to reclaim this demand area zone, what I did is I started another one here, started another trend line here, and I pulled this out to here and then just try to figure out where the next trend was. And I knew once we got into this demand zone, we'd probably reclaim this area and start pushing up. So my key target on Lulu was I wanted to see the upper part of this demand zone to get above here, and I was going to go ahead and enter. So as you can see, this did reclaim this area in this demand, pushed on up into this area of this 366.77. This is kind of like the area what I was looking for a break. So as this pushed up, came up, we came down on this day. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit so you can see a little better. So as you can see, on this day on October 6th, we fired on up. This was on Friday. We fired up and then we pulled back after hours. And I wanted to see one retest and maybe get into the top of this demand area, which it did really nice. So pre-market, I was watching this as soon as market open. Lululemon pre-market usually is not popping, so you can't really see it pre-market. So you got to kind of wait for that market open. So what I did is I wanted to see it fire through this area of that 366.76 area. And as it did that morning, what I did on that Monday on the 9th, I said I was going to go ahead and enter some contracts, which I called out in the Discord. As you can see, also put on my Twitter here, entered Lululemon's 385s, expiration 10/27 out to this next few weeks. So my fill was 450 stop loss. I had a $40 stop loss to enter 10 contracts there. Put in my Twitter on Monday. And as you can see, on that Monday morning, we entered there and we fired up right away in the morning. As we fired up, I held my contracts and I figured we already had reclaimed this area of this like 369 area, Dave. So what I wanted to see is I figured once we reclaim that area, we'd probably fire up that next day. I held contracts into that next day. That next morning, contracts fired up. They went over $220, $230 a contract. So what I end up doing is I trimmed eight of 10 contracts, got a nice trim on that, and left the runners since I had the expiration date of all the way out till the towards the end of the month of October 27th. And then I figured we might pull back and then we probably fire up through there. So just kind of held the runners, as you can see. You have any questions, Dave? Going off of that? What
No,
so far?
no, so far so good. I like that retest area. Hit the top of your zone nice at 360. What is it? 364
Yeah,
on
right. Yeah,
Monday.
that was that top of that 364 of my demand zone. So that
Yeah.
popped up. And then once we got that retest, I want usually like on these swings, what I really like to do is I want to see one retest. And I'll kind of go over Tesla, what we did on Friday, got the same kind of retest to the downside, and it worked out perfect on Tesla and got those to print through day trade we did. But so we got that retest right there fired up. And so once we fire through there, obviously you see that very next day. This is Monday into Tuesday. These things fired up on the 10th of October, fired up, got a nice trim into that 200 EMA. So I
Mm,
knew that was going to be a heavy resistance to that 200. Every time we get into that 200, it's pretty heavy resistance. As you can see on the hourly there, go
yeah.
ahead and I trimmed, left the contracts and just let them run, see if I could get it. And what I did is I just left them for obviously I did break even on those two and never even got close to that, but these fired back down over the next few days. Just kind of left them just since I had that expiration date of all the way till the 27th towards the end of the month.
Yeah.
And then as you can see, what I like to do is build these trend lines. So as you can see on this day on Thursday, I was able
Yeah.
to get finally a nice trend line. I was got this on that Wednesday. That trend line was pushing up a little higher, but I wanted to see one more pullback. So what I did is once I got that trend line, now I could get that trend line on Thursday. And then what I did is as these pulled through on that on this day was this was as Wednesday. Also, I pulled that trend line there. As you can see, we got that symmetric triangle pushing out there. And I figured once we fire through this area, I'd be able to move this symmetric triangle and get possibly a breakout and see what we could do. And then on Friday, finally on Friday, we did get the breakout, which I had another key area of that 378 or 379 area, just under 379. So we
Yeah.
finally got that, and I pulled that trend line out to there, pulled it out right there on that 378 level. As you can see, we got this right here firing. These pushed up to over $700 a contract. So almost almost 100% or I don't know, 75%, sorry, 75% or so right there. We got this fire on Friday. And so I figured maybe I might get this to squeeze. As you can see, this started pushing up towards this trend line up here. And after hours, we finally pushed up and market closed. We got a 20-point fire up through this area into this upper supply area and then all the way up into this upper supply area up here, ripped up 20 points. And so we'll see what my runners run up to on Monday. Very excited to see what they open up on Monday, but I'm thinking they're probably going to open up right around 2,500 a contract. I got two runners left, so pretty excited about that. It's always nice when you hit these squeezes on this. So this trade worked out really well.
For
Just
sure.
so kind of went over that whole thing of the trade. If you have any recap or any questions,
Yeah.
Dave, if you have any, go ahead, feel free.
Well, yeah, I just wanted to say what I see. And it's basically, we started at the ninth there. If you can just hold there, you see on the ninth, we did that retest, and we can see at the same time that the nine crossed over the 20 there.
Yeah,
And then that was confirmation to the upside. Then you saw the reject at the 200. And then we came back down and it looked like well, it's the 1 hour. So we consolidated in between, started to
absolutely.
squeeze near Friday. You can see the symmetrical triangle there. And then we broke out of that white trend line you have there and we moved up past the 380.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And you see,
nice.
once we break that 200, that strong support,
Oh,
I
yeah.
knew we were going to probably rip. We got that exactly what kind of happened on SPY on Friday, through that consolidation held below on the day trade, kind of like held below, held below, finally squeezed up, got above it, and then we held another consolidation, and then that's usually when we get the rip. So worked out really well. Kind of very excited, like when you catch these trades, but looking forward. I'm going to call out multiple swings this week. I'll probably get, probably 3, 4, or 5 swings this week in. I've been swinging a lot again lately, so I'm looking forward to, putting out some good tweets out. If you guys are interested, just shoot me a message in the Discord, shoot me a message on Instagram, Twitter. And like I said, I'll send out some notifications for you guys, some alerts, and subscribe. And other than that, like I said, we'll go ahead and go through more of these YouTubes. Sorry, I haven't posted any YouTubes lately. Just been super busy, but I'm going to get back to posting a lot of YouTubes. Try and get 3 or 4 YouTubes out weekly. Other than that, come join us in the Discord. And Dave, thanks for joining me
Thanks for
on
having me.
this YouTube. And we'll go ahead and see you in the next one. I'm
Absolutely.
JD Trades from Only Trades 365. I'll see you later. I'm out. How'd that work? How'd that sound, bud?
That was perfect. Yeah, I like that. And I can see exactly what you were doing there at that, we were